All right, y'all. Prime Supreme Nerd Solo. Back. Just got off the phone with a one-on-one client, so forgive me. Back with another video. I got something to say. You are here, so let's get it. People, litigation. Litigation. What is litigation? It is why you obtain an attorney so that attorney can talk for you. Litigation. It's the reason why you lose when you go to court. You don't know how to talk. She didn't let me see the child will make you a victor at nothing. You will get nothing. She didn't let me see the child. I brought a house. When I brought my house, I told the seller's realtor that I want the owner, your client, to pay the closing costs. She said, I think I can get him to do that. I said, well, don't think. If he can't, let's not even talk about it. If you got any other houses that you are selling, I'd like to see those, but I'm not interested. But I did not have an attorney, nor did I have a realtor for me, because I'm great at litigation. You're not good at litigation. And it's the reason why you need to hire a father's advocacy group, because you don't know those little intricate things. The worst thing you can do when you go to court is talk. So when individuals hire us, we actually do all their testimony inside their paperwork. But you may ask yourself, litigation ain't nothing. No, it's for the witty. As the judge said in the movie Law Abiding Citizen, we all get a crack at manipulating the law. You're just not good at it. You remember that one phrase that was heard all over the world? You remember it? Let me enlighten you. If the glove don't fit, then you must acquit. Hands down, that was the most... That was the highest form of litigation in any court in history. So let me give you an example of a thing that I was litigating. So I went to court, and the judge I told the judge that I didn't understand. And when I don't understand, that is how I excuse me. That was one of my techniques of how I navigate myself through court. I'm not going to sit there and act like I understand everything. Anyway, the judge said, did you bring the items that we asked for? I said, no, actually, I didn't understand this document. He said, you didn't understand? I said, no, I didn't. My testimony, I just said I didn't. So now the judge, he decides he wants to challenge me in litigation. So what does he do? Okay, now let me try to outwit you. Okay, so what was the highest, what is your highest education level? Now, you would have answered that. You would have said, well, I graduated this and that, and then y'all would have got into a tussle or a talk. That's not how I litigate. When he asked me, what's your highest education level? I said, Your Honor, you're a judge. You're not a tutor. What does that matter? What does that matter? I had a client last week that was telling me how they might be on a little bit edgy side because he got drug tested. And, you know, him and his wife was on the phone. I said, so what does that mean? You know, it was dirty. I said, but what does that mean? Oh, his wife said, we don't want to lose visitation with the kids. I said, okay. And you're under the impression that weed in your system will do this. Yeah. Okay, well, my litigation skills would tell me, well, we had a president, Bill Clinton, that said he smoked weed, became a president. In addition to that, I said, didn't y'all go to California? He said, what? The wife said, oh, yeah, we did. She was catching on real quick. It's legal in California. Litigation. Understand it. Get in it with an advocacy group. If you don't, we're just the best over here. We are. We'll draft your paperwork up for you. You don't have to do any testimony, because once you start talking, you lose. You talk yourself out of your strong suits and lose. 732-875-9111. Text your name and $50 consultation. I'm ready to 732-875-9111. Later, y'all.